Hey, this is Sam Wolfe. You're here with Neon Owl on Groove Cruise.
Hi guys, it's Elaine here with Neon Owl. We are back on another Groove Cruise, this time with first-time cruiser Sam Wolfe.
I'm a virgin. We're popping cherries. All right, let's do it.
So, what's your experience so far, your first Groove Cruise?
It's crazy. I love how Jason, the founder, is just like chilling, hyping everybody up. It's like he came up with this idea. I'm going to start the biggest house party on a cruise ship, and here we are. It's crazy.
Yes.
Bumped into Claude, bumped into Green Velvet. Cool people to see, up close and personal. Music's banging. People are friendly. I love it. Let's go.
It's one of those, it's a really unique experience where you're on a big ship, but at the same time, it's really intimate. So you're literally hanging out with all the music lovers, the fans, the artists, and just the whole team.
Yeah, I think the most intimate part is that I brought one of my best friends to come stay with me. And we walked in and we're sharing a king-size bed. So we're about to get real intimate.
What can we expect from you for the sets these next few days?
I'm actually stoked because I wasn't sure how the sets were going to kind of land and whatnot. But the Groove Cruise people hooked it up, and I can't wait to close it out after Blondish. So I feel like no one's really doing the bang and peak time techno thing. So I'm going to just give them all that raw, dark, aggressive energy on the beach in Cabo, in Mexico. I might get on the mic and roll my R's a little bit and then make a fool out of myself, but it'll be fun. It'll be worth it.
And we're also excited to have you volunteer at the Wet Foundation.
That's going to be really nice.
Or what are you going to be doing?
I'm kind of a little bit, you gave me the option to teach them how to DJ or play soccer. And I was like, well, obviously I want to teach them how to DJ. We have too many DJs.
We have too many DJs.
So you're like, you're going to play soccer. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to get smoked. However, it's going to put a smile on their face. I'll make even more dumb jokes so you get to crack them up. So I can't wait to do that.
Amazing.
Really, in the middle of all this, it'll be a breath of fresh air to make other people happy. That's what we love to do.
Yeah. So we just met not too long ago, this year
Brooklyn
actually.
Was April?
Brooklyn was
March?
about April,
March,
May. We met through our friend Saad at the Brooklyn show.
Banging party.
But you've been crushing it with a lot of shows recently. You've been killing it in Atlanta.
Thank you.
You are the guy to see.
Thank you.
So how's your experience been? Because I know you've been making music. You've been in the industry for a long time, but at the same time, you started taking it super serious in the recent years. So tell us about your journey.
So I think one thing because I'm just stumbling through this entire thing and trying to learn it on my own. The thing I'm realizing right now is that I love doing solo shows, but something that's really important, I got to do more. I would give advice to anybody that's trying to figure it out is one way to grow and to kind of growth hack is through association. So I'm trying my best to associate myself and get on lineups and bills with other much larger techno acts so that people kind of start to be like, all right, this person plays in a similar vein on a similar level as these acts and whatnot. I got a couple shows that I'm excited to announce. I can't say anything yet for next year, but association, I think, is the one really big tip that is a fast way to kind of get people's brains to associate you on that next tier of billing and higher level. Yeah.
This is some business lessons 101 from Sam Wolfe right here.
Let's go.
What made you decide on techno?
That's a great question. So,
and we want to get into Wolf's Love Techno too later.
that too. That's another. So, when I got back into music, the last time when I quit DJing was back in 2015. I came to focus on my career. I'm sure a lot of people can sympathize or understand where I'm coming from. I'm like, DJing's just a hobby. So I gave up on music right around 2015. And then all of a sudden, when I got back into it in 2019, I was stuck in the 2014, 2015 big room bubble, playing and I still love it. It's still fun, but it's just a little bit more out of style than it used to be when it was the bee's knees, everything festival-wise. So I ran into a crew in Atlanta, my homie who's my manager now, Josh, and he put me on a couple opening slots, and I was kind of pushing that in 2019, and he metaphorically slapped me. Was like, dude, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't get it. This is cool, right? And he's like, no. So he's an OG from Detroit, explained to me the origins of proper techno, educated me on the legends, and really the birthplace of how techno, was founded at the same time, house in Chicago, and then how they kind of found their own paths and now it's coming on back. So once I fell in love with it, I identified that I have all these experiences of coming up in the EDM scene 2009 through 2014, that big room bubble, dubstep, trap, trance, all that stuff. I want to infuse a little bit of that heritage of my personal old tastes and kind of step it up a notch and put it into a little bit newer, fresher kind of perspective on techno. Atlanta techno, whatever, got some growls, got some yees and some yoys, and so that's why I always say I've been finding that whoops, my people,
Yes.
my dubstep, my liquid type people, they love techno. Every time they're like, I don't normally listen to techno, but when I listen to your stuff, I fuck with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what I want to hear because I was that person. I was like, I don't really get it, but then all of a sudden I do.
Mm-hmm.
So my whole goal is to try and blow up techno in the United States by bringing in this crowd of people who appreciate good music and just politely educating them onto what's cool. So,
And I would say
my
I've been
best.
to a bunch of your shows, and I would say they're pretty cool. So if y'all haven't checked it out,
Make
you
me
guys,
blush.
you
Make
guys,
me
you guys
blush.
must
You
check
make
it
me
out.
blush.
Twisted Circus, and I know there's
Oof.
other projects, but we won't talk about
Yes.
them today yet. But Twisted Circus, how did that come about? I was there at the first one. I'll be there at the
OG.
second one. But tell us how that came about.
So for anybody who wants to visit Atlanta, anybody who has ever thought about checking out the techno or the EDM scene in Atlanta, I got approached by one of the clubs that was known for doing like EDM, you know, bringing Nicky Romero and Cascade and some cool Vegas style acts is what you would call it. And they said, hey, we want to make you a resident and we're going to give you the opportunity. We want to do a techno thing here. So I basically linked minds with my homegirl Yira, who throws Twisted Lines, which is a very cool renegade underground. You get the location the day of kind of warehouse techno party. And we were like, let's do something different. We're like, yo, what's a cool thing that hasn't been done before? We want circus performers, evil clowns, crazy aerialist type whatever, to banging techno at a big club with a massive LED wall. So we got the production, we got the performers, we have Twisted Circus. So the point I'm getting at is if you ever want to visit Atlanta, see when the next Twisted Circus is going to happen. We're going to do about like 4 a year. Hit me up. I get you on guest list. Come on through.
Only people
food
watching this,
Only
okay?
people watching this. You get the
Only if you're
promo
a
code.
Neon Owl
There we
fam
go.
member,
Exactly,
okay?
exactly,
Groove Cruise
exactly.
fam, you know?
But yeah, use that as an excuse to come on down. It's a cool idea. We got circus performers, evil clowns, and next one we're doing with Leighton Giordani and Charles D, myself, and some other local acts. And can't wait. It's gonna be banging. It's gonna be banging.
And what can we expect to come out next with you musically?
Yes, great question. So it's a very interesting thing, and you know, I'm sure a lot of people can empathize with when you start playing shows and you're working a full-time job, and then you got to put time in the studio. It can be really hard to balance all three. So last year I put out maybe 12 or 13 tracks. This year I only put out 2. So obviously, like everybody, you know, you're beating yourself up. You're like, what's, you know, I got to pedal to the metal. But one thing that I've been taught, I feel like it's important. It's not about putting out necessarily more music. It's about putting out the right music. So I'm really trying to hone in on what is going to be the right music that's going to make the maximum impact for 2023. At the same time, upping my game on a technical kind of side, on the mixing and the mastering side as well. Upping the visuals, upping the brand, making it feel a little bit more elevated because people are giving me their attention, and we live in an attention economy. So I'm blessed to be getting more attention, and fees go up from that. So how am I going to reinvest that? I want to build the project and make it bigger. So to answer your question, long-winded answer, it's going to be banging. It's going to be elevated. It's going to be like
banging.
what you heard in 2019. It got better in 2020. It got better in 21. It got better in 22. 2023 is going to be like 2 notches above. Excited.
Who have been some of your bigger influences?
Great question again. Getting to play for and meet the man, Boris Brejcha, was insane. And one of the cool things about Boris is because he's a dude that, like, you know, he's like, hey, I'm making techno. A lot of people would listen to it and they're like, this isn't techno. It's like slower. It sounds kind of housey or whatever. But he basically said, fuck you. I'm doing my own thing. I'm going to pioneer my own genre, high-tech minimal. And when you go to one of his sets, he's pretty much playing 95% his own music, if not 100%.
Yeah, they're
To
amazing.
be able to flex that and then build this cult-like following and just stick it to, you know, a lot of the people out there that
Yeah.
are haters. It takes balls.
And it's also for someone that also didn't really like techno before.
Yeah.
I think that draws in like a whole new audience
Absolutely.
as well. Like that's
Absolutely.
what kind of got me into it.
It's the name of the game.
Yeah.
So I feel like in America, there aren't too many American artists that are really trying to push the envelope. Obviously, there's some key players, you know, the Leighton Giordanis or the legacy acts like a Maceo Plex who's still out there crushing it. But the one thing, I just feel like there's this ripe, open audience of these people that love hard, heavy music, whether it's dubstep or tear out or trap or, you know, bass music, fun whoop music, you know what I'm saying? Heady, trippy stuff where your pineal gland gets uncalcified, that kind of stuff. And I feel like giving them, not like yoy, 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 but just like one single yoy to lure them in, that's what I want to do. So we're going to bring in the American crowd and just keep getting to grow the scene. It's fun to watch.
Yeah. What are 3 things that you would say has made you successful?
Dang. One, my corporate job. So if you're thinking about going all in on music, definitely think twice about it before you give up whatever main income that you have, because if you give up a main income and you focus all of your income on music, it's going to change your relationship to the music, and that's a difficult thing. So being in the corporate world and understanding how to manage a team has been a pivotal key thing, because the music thing is literally just relationships, managing a team, and just going out and hustling it. So I'm in sales, so that's the main thing. And then 2, absolutely loving it, because at the end of the day, it's like, all right, I got to work, I got to go to the gym, and then, you know, even taking a shower, if I want to shower, that's like, you know, another 15, 20 minutes. Where's the studio time? Yeah. So all of a sudden it's 9 o'clock and then I got to wake up and do it again. If you don't love it, you're going to make up an excuse not to hit the computer at the end of the day and put in that 2-3 hours until midnight. And that's these little incremental things where it's like, it's Monday, 9:30. I'm going to add, my philosophy is when I sit down, I just want to add one cool thing that sticks with the track. And if I add one cool thing, progress it a little bit further, that's a win for the day. And those little things, they build up, because so many people, they'll just make up an excuse why they can't at the studio. And that's the only way to keep building and building and building and building and really honing in your skills. So I don't know if that was 3, but that's
good enough.
Yeah.
What's been your most memorable moment so far as an artist?
God, there's so many, but probably the number one thing was getting the offer for my first international tour to go to Turkey and Lebanon. So that was incredible. It was like a surreal, oh my God, I've never imagined going to Turkey before. And then showing up and getting the metaphorical red carpet rolled out of like, you're an international artist, we can't wait to see you. And then to top it all off, we were having some amazing Turkish lunch, like 3-4 hours before the gig. And the guys high-five each other and say a bunch of stuff in Turkish. And I'm like, what's going on? Why is everyone so excited? And they said, we just sold out pre-sales. And I was like, damn, it's like 500 tickets in Turkey for my first time. Like, that's big for me.
Yeah.
So that was a very surreal experience. Beirut, everywhere that I played is amazing. But yeah, it's crazy. It's a wild ride. Just having a good time.
Your favorite place to play in the States?
Man, that's such
Is it Atlanta?
That probably is it. Just because those are all my best friends. So obviously I've made so many good friends everywhere else. But Atlanta's my people. And then the best feeling, it sounds cheesy if you never heard it before, but when you get an ATL ho chant.
Oh my God,
that's the best feeling. Yeah. So
I was like, what is happening?
If you have no idea what's going on, when the beat is slapping, instead of like a whoop whoop, you get a ATL ho, ATL ho, and that means you're fucking killing it. And it's normally in other genres, but when you get one in techno, that's like the home turf chant.
You did get it.
We got one. We got one.
Circus.
I probably paid a guy in the back. I was like, make sure you get it to make me look cool. But yeah, no.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, so since having been on this journey already, and first time around, you're like, I don't know, I might quit DJing. Then you came back with a vengeance. Since then, have you thought about quitting?
Oh, no.
And if not, what have been some more challenging moments that's made you kind of question things?
I'll tell you what the most challenging moment is: forgetting to bring my earplugs and really blowing out my hearing. So definitely, if you DJ a whole bunch, please get custom earplugs, because tinnitus sucks. So don't fuck it up like I did. That's literally been, honestly, the worst part. But then on another real note, I mean, that is real what I just said, but one thing I noticed that all producers and people in the space go through is like moments of self-doubt where you're like, is my track good enough? Can I do this? Whatever. And the crazy thing is, from talking to so many different people and making a lot of friends and people on the same journey, you realize that big, small, I remember talking to Virtual Riot once, and he was like, Skrillex doubts himself all the time. Everybody goes through it. So when those things happen to you, they happen to me all the time. It's not about not letting them happen. It's just about how quickly you're going to bounce back from having self-doubt. So when it happens, you're just like, everyone goes through this. Slap yourself out of it, bounce, and get back to doing the dirty. Just going in. Yeah.
Who is someone in the music industry that you would love to collaborate with?
Oh my God, there's a lot of people, but Umek. I'm looking at you, boss. I'm looking at you, Umek.
Who is a great friend and mentor of
Yeah,
yours,
I've been
too.
extremely lucky, and I have a feeling. I don't know, something, but
We have a feeling,
I got
Umek.
a feeling. I got a feeling, and I think it's going to be a fucking bomb. So, yeah,
Amazing.
it's going to be sick.
All right, well, in the spirit of Groove Cruise, definitely have some cruise-related fun questions for you.
Okay.
If you were the captain of this ship and you can steer us anywhere in the world, where would you take us right now?
Wow. I think
And why?
with all of the people here, I would transport us to like Tokyo. Because I feel like I'm imagining everybody in Tokyo being like, what the fuck is going on here? What are these crazy people doing? That'd be fun.
Love Tokyo.
Something
Okay.
like that. I've never been personally. I lived in China for a little while, but it's not even close to comparing. But anyway, yeah, Tokyo would probably be wild.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you were stuck on a deserted island
Oh, man.
and you can only bring one person, who would that person be?
My mom, because she hypes me up. We love that lady. We love that lady. She's a great woman.
Okay.
Great lady.
And on this deserted island with your mom,
Oh.
you can only bring 3 items.
Oh, my God.
What are these 3 items?
God, definitely a studio computer because of the inspo, and then you could, make a whole bunch of music. And how long
Is there,
are we
is there
How long
internet, is
are
there
we
internet on this?
I would bring Wi-Fi. I would bring Elon Musk's Starlink satellite, blast it into
Okay.
space so we get Wi-Fi. And then some kind of, sustenance generating machine where I could just get like infinite, water or something like that. So I don't know, call up somebody from Antarctica.
Okay.
Something like that.
What is your favorite meal in the entire world?
God, I love to feel healthy. So it's a place in Atlanta. You know what? I'm a sucker for avocado toast. Let's be real. I love a good avocado
Okay.
toast. I got a little hipster inside of me.
Oh my gosh. If you can only eat one meal for the rest of your life, would that be the avocado toast?
I mean, it's got healthy fats. You're getting the carbs. And you would be keto if you get the right bread. So fuck it. Why not? I mean, probably though, to be real, liver. Don't shy away. I'll tell you one thing that we can't sleep on is that eating meat, the right kind of meat, super healthy. Especially organ meat. Especially organ meat, as long as you're getting like the right meat. So
More
don't.
of a pescatarian type.
I know, I feel you, but in the wild, when a lion kills its prey, the first thing it eats is the liver. And back in the day, I think pregnant women, they used to tell pregnant women to eat liver because it's so nutrient dense. Don't sleep on that.
Okay, don't sleep on it.
on
Or
that.
do sleep on it, but
yeah.
do sleep on it. Okay. If you can lose one sense, what sense would you?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Definitely not hearing. That's horrifying. Probably taste, because then I just load up on vegetables and be way healthier. So, probably taste. Yeah.
Okay. What is something you are grateful for in this moment?
I'm grateful for actually getting to be here, making the decisions that I made, and then all the support along the way of people being like, keep pursuing your dreams, keep doing what you're doing, and being like, I like what you got going on. I mean, you can't beat that. You can't beat it.
Yeah.
You can't beat it.
And so, for producers watching out there, artists looking to pursue this as a career, what advice do you have for them?
So many different things. Find a mentor. The self-doubt thing, bounce immediately. Don't, if you get pissed off by the rules of the game, then find another game. So you have a lot of people that are like, hey, I don't want to do the social media thing. I was like that. If that upsets you, then just quit and give up now. I mean, to be blunt, because it's part of the game for this. We live in a TikTok 6-second content, micro content world right now. The name of the game is content. The name of the game is doing the social media, the influencer thing, whatever. And the reality is it doesn't really matter what label you're on. It matters how many tickets you sell. Look at even something as crazy as Afterlife. Afterlife has a VA with 40 people on it, but they book Anfisa Letiago, which is amazing. She deserves it. And you know what I'm saying? And because she has 1 million followers and is a sick DJ, but she doesn't have a release on Afterlife. So you got to think about it. Speak people's language. Even if you're a local, speak the language of the promoter. A lot of people like, how do I get booked in my city to get started? Go to your local promoter, tell them that you're a DJ, support their events, and say, if you book me to play, I'll bring like 25 friends. And if you can get a bottle, buy a bottle. They're never going to forget you. Just speak their language and just play the game.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
What would you consider to be you achieving the level of success that you really want? What would you have to accomplish?
Honestly, it's like, this sounds cheesy. I really choked there. This sounds cheesy, but it really is. It's the journey. You know what I'm saying? So obviously I have a vision of where I want to be, but you can't just solely be focused on that vision, because when you finally get there, you're not going to be happy. So it's all about the journey. It's like we're doing an interview, I'm starting to choke, losing my voice. These are the memories. These are the fun parts. You know what I'm saying? Like this is it. These are the fun parts.
These are the memories. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll let you unchoke for
I know,
a second,
right?
but obviously here at Neon Owl, we're all about connecting people through music and charity, you know, developing artists. Is there a specific cause or something you feel like the world should be paying closer attention to in this moment?
Yeah, I think that people need to remember that, especially speaking economically, it's probably going to get pretty bad out there. Don't buy into a lot of the hype and get super distracted, and don't fall prey to all of the pitting people against each other. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's like a black versus white, Republican versus Democrat, gay versus straight, whatever it is, it's always trying to make us dislike each other to distract us from all the BS that's going on at the top. So I would just say, you know, as things get crazy out there, just remember that we're all human beings, and love thy neighbor. It's pretty much as simple as that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Final question. What are you looking forward to most on Groove Cruise?
I mean, selfishly, I can't wait to close it out after Blondish at the Cabo pool party. It's going to be wild.
And who do you want to see?
I mean, Green Velvet's going to be crazy. Green Velvet's going to be lit. Yeah, we'll say Green Velvet.
Okay.
Curtis is sick.
Amazing. All right. Thank you. This is Sam Wolfe again. Make sure you check him out. Check out his music. If you're in Atlanta, or if you're not, you've never been, check out Twisted Circus. Check out his shows. And we can't wait to see you play multiple sets this cruise.
Thank you very much. You're the best.
Awesome.
You're the best. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.